Fine. So we were discussing the concept of parallelism. I think I stopped with this one. Yeah, I stopped with this. Second concept, infinitive. As I told you, if one idea is in the infinitive form, all the other ideas must also be in the infinitive form, right? I stopped it there. So as I said, there is no need for me to say she likes to sing, to play, and to dance. Sorry. She likes to sing, play, and dance is fine. Because to is understood in front of the second idea and the third idea. So she likes to sing, play, and dance is fine. Instead of going for she likes to sing, to play, and to dance. Clear? That is the second concept in parallelism, infinitive. First one is gerund. If one idea is in ing form, all the ideas must also be in the ing form. Second one is infinitive. If one idea is in infinitive form, all the other ideas must also be in the infinitive form. Clear? Right. Third concept is part of single word. Third concept is single word. I'll tell you what it is. And the fourth concept is part of speech. Part of speech. Now these two concepts must be taken together. Single word and part of speech must be taken together. Clear? Fine. Now I'll give an example based on these two. I'll write the same sentence. She likes singing, comma, playing, and dancing. Parallelism is there, right? She likes singing, ing, ing, ing. She likes singing, playing, and dancing. Comma and tells us about the number of ideas, conjunctions and punctuation marks. Third concept is single word. Single word means if one idea is a single word, all the other ideas must also be single words. Clear? If one idea is a single word, all the other ideas must also be single words. Come to the same sentence. She likes singing, playing, and dancing. First idea is singing, single word. Second idea is playing, single word. Third idea is dancing, single word. Clear? If one idea is a single word, all the others must also be single words. Singing is the first idea, it's a single word. Playing is the second idea, it's a single word. Dancing is the third idea, that is also a single word. Got it? Now, these two concepts must be taken together. Single word and parts of speech. Clear? Now, parts of speech are for words. Parts of speech are for words. Clear? Now, as I said, one word can be used in different parts of speech. Sometimes a word can be a noun, sometimes an adjective, sometimes a verb. It depends on every sentence. Clear? I'll just take you through these now. Anyways, you know what a noun is. What is a noun? A noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. But in fact, this is the definition that small children say. We don't want such a definition, in fact. We can go for a simple one, right? A noun is a naming word. Name of anything can be termed as a noun. So in general, a noun is a naming word. Clear? Fine. What is a pronoun? I told you about this concept while doing reasoning questions. The concept like pronoun antecedent. Each and every pronoun must refer to a noun before it. Clear? Fine. What's a pronoun? Any word that is used instead of a noun or in the place of a noun. Any word that substitutes a noun is termed as a pronoun. Like he, she, it, they, I, you, me, we, etc. I'll discuss pronouns in detail in the next session. Clear? There may be some discrepancies for you sometimes in pronouns. We'll discuss in detail in the next session. Right? Now, any word that is used instead of a noun is termed as a pronoun. And pronoun antecedent, I told you that concept. That is, each and every pronoun must refer to a noun before it. Without having a noun, we cannot have a pronoun. Every pronoun must refer to a noun before it. A singular pronoun can refer only to a singular noun, and a plural pronoun can refer only to a plural noun. That is a concept of pronoun antecedent. Clear? Fine. So you know what a pronoun is. Verb, I told you. Main verbs, auxiliary verbs. Verb having two definitions, right? One is denoting action, other one is denoting a state of being. Main verbs, I discussed. Any action can be called a main verb. Auxiliary verbs divided into three: linking, helping, and modals. We discussed it already. Clear? Fine. Now, what do you mean by an adjective? What is an adjective? Any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. Noun or pronoun, because anyways a pronoun stands for a noun. Any word that describes a noun or a pronoun is termed as an adjective. Clear? If I say, she is an honest person. She is an honest person. Clear? Now, if you want to find out the part of speech, don't take two words or three words together. Take each and every word as a single unit if you want to find out the part of speech. Clear? As I said, don't combine words. Don't take two words or three words together. Take every word as a single unit if you want to find out the part of speech. So, she is an honest person. Clear? Person is what part of speech? Person is a noun. Right, person is a noun. If I ask you what kind of person, the answer is honest person. That means the word honest describes person. The word honest describes person. Person is a noun. Any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. So in this sentence, person becomes an adjective. Sorry, honest becomes an adjective. Person is a noun. So if I ask you what kind of person, answer is honest person. That means the word honest describes person. Person is a noun. Any word describing a noun is termed as an adjective. Clear? He is a good boy. He is a good boy. Boy is a noun. Boy is a noun. What kind of a boy? Good boy. That means the word good describes boy. Boy is a noun. Any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. So in this sentence, good becomes an adjective. Clear? So any word that describes a noun or a pronoun is termed as an adjective. Hope you got it. Clear? Fine. Now, adverb. An adverb has got three definitions. An adverb has got three definitions. First definition is, an adverb is a word that describes a verb. That's the first definition. Any word that describes a verb is termed as an adverb. I'll give an example anyways. I told you what a verb is. You all know that. Clear? An adverb is a word that describes a verb. Second definition. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective. I told you what an adjective is. Any word that describes a noun or a pronoun is termed as an adjective. Clear? Third definition. An adverb is a word that describes another adverb. These are the three definitions of an adverb. One is, an adverb describes a verb. I'll give an example. Second one, it describes an adjective. Third one, it describes an adverb. Clear? Fine. Come to the very first description. An adverb is a word that describes a verb. Clear? If I say, she sings sweetly. She sings sweetly. What is a verb in this sentence? Sings is a verb in this sentence. Action. Clear? Fine. How does she sing? How does she sing? Sweetly. That means the word sweetly describes sings. Sings is a verb. Any word that describes a verb is termed as an adverb. So in this sentence, sweetly becomes an adverb. Clear? Sweetly becomes an adverb. If I say, he writes neatly. He writes neatly. What is a verb here? Writes is the verb here. Clear? How does he write? Neatly. That means the word neatly describes writes. Writes is a verb. any word that describes a verb is termed as an adverb. So in this sentence, neatly is an adverb. Clear? So that's the first definition. Any word that describes a verb is termed as an adverb. Sing is a verb here. The word sweetly describes sings. So sweetly becomes an adverb. Writes is a verb here. Writes. So neatly becomes an adverb. That's the first definition. An adverb is a word that describes a verb. Clear? Now, as I told you earlier, one word can be used in different parts of speech. Clear? If I say, how do you pronounce this word? C-O-N-D-U-C-T. C-O-N-D-U-C-T. Conduct or conduct? How can it be pronounced? It's pronounced as conduct or conduct. In fact, both the pronunciations are fine, right? It depends on the part of speech here. If I say, we conduct a meeting, we conduct a meeting or we conduct a meeting? We conduct a meeting. What is the part of speech of conduct in this sentence? In this sentence, conduct becomes a verb because it's something that we do. It is an action done by us. So it is something that we do, so conduct here becomes a verb. Clear? Right. What if I say, his conduct is good. His conduct is good. Conduct is in which part of speech in this sentence? His conduct is good. What is the part of speech of conduct in this sentence? Noun or verb or adjective? Adverb. In this sentence, conduct is a noun. Conduct is a noun. Because as I told you, to find out the noun in a sentence, you need to ask only one question word. What is that? What? We need to ask only this question word to understand the noun in a sentence. Clear? And as I said, if you're getting the answer to the question what, that is a noun in the sentence. Sentence is, his conduct is good. What is good? His conduct. If I ask you what is good, the answer is his conduct. That means you're getting the answer to the question what is conduct, so conduct becomes a noun here in this sentence. Hope it's clear, right? What if I say, when you pass out of the college, right, you get a conduct certificate. When you pass out of the college, you get a conduct certificate. Now here, two nouns cannot come together. Two nouns cannot come together. They must be separated by a comma or a conjunction and all, like and, or, etc. Other than that, two nouns cannot come together. Clear? They must be separated by a comma or joined by and, but, etc. Other than two nouns cannot come together, right? Now, as I said, to find out the part of speech, don't take two words or three words together. Take every word as a single unit. Right? Don't combine words. Fine? Right. I said two nouns cannot come together. What is the part of speech of certificate? What is the part of speech of certificate? Certificate is a noun. Certificate is a noun. What kind of certificate? Conduct certificate. So if certificate is a noun, what will be the part of speech of conduct here? Certificate is a noun. What kind of certificate? Conduct certificate. That means the word conduct describes certificate. Certificate is a noun. Any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. So in this sentence, conduct becomes an adjective. Clear? Because certificate is a noun. If I ask you what kind of certificate, answer is conduct certificate. So word conduct describes certificate, which is a noun. So any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. So in this sentence, conduct is an adjective. So this single word can be used as a verb, a noun, as well as an adjective. That's why I said one word can be used in different parts of speech. It depends on the sentence in which the word appears. Clear? If it is used as a verb, we pronounce it as conduct. Whereas, if it is used as an adjective or a noun, we pronounced as conduct. That is the only difference. Clear? Got it? Fine. Hope it's clear for you. Come to this one. Come back to this. I told you about the first definition of an adverb. An adverb is a word that describes a verb. I'll give you two examples as well. Clear? Fine. Now come to the second definition. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective. Clear? Fine. Shall I up this part? If I say, he is a very good boy. He is a very good boy. Clear? I told you don't take two words or three words together if you want to find out the part of speech. Take every word as a single unit. He is a very good boy. Boy is which part of speech? Noun. Boy is a noun. What kind of boy? Good boy, very good boy. Don't say very good boy because don't combine words. Take every word as a single unit. Boy is a noun. What kind of boy? Good boy. That means the word good describes boy. Boy is a noun. Any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. Clear? So good becomes an adjective. Clear? How good? Very good. That means the word very describes good. Good is an adjective. Any word that describes an adjective is termed as an adverb. So in this sentence, very becomes an adverb. Clear? Boy is a noun. What kind of boy? Good boy. That means the word good describes boy. Any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. So good becomes an adjective. How good? Very good. That means the word very describes good. Good is an adjective. Any word that describes an adjective is termed as an adverb. Hope it's clear. Right? Okay. When you pass out of the college, you get a good conduct certificate. When you pass out of the college, you get a good conduct certificate. Certificate is a noun. Right? What kind of certificate? Conduct certificate. That means the word conduct describes certificate. Certificate is a noun. Any word that describes a noun is termed as an adjective. So conduct becomes an adjective. Clear? What kind of conduct? Good conduct. That means the word good describes conduct. If I ask you what kind of conduct, the answer is good conduct. That means the word good describes conduct. Conduct is an adjective. Any word that describes an adjective is termed as an adverb. So in this sentence, good becomes an adverb. Clear? So in this sentence, good is an adverb, whereas in this sentence, good is an adjective. So part of speech keeps on changing. Clear? So this is the second definition of an adverb. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective. Got it? Hope it's clear to you. Fine? Right. Third definition. An adverb is a word that describes another adverb. An adverb is a word that describes another adverb. Clear? If I say, she sings very sweetly. She sings very sweetly. Clear? Sings is a verb. Action. Sings is a verb. How does she sing? Sweetly. How does she sing? Sweetly or very sweetly? Don't say very sweetly. I told you, don't take every word as a single unit. Right? How does she sing? Sweetly. That means you cannot say she sings very, in fact. Clear? She sings sweetly. That means the word sweetly describes sings. Sings is a verb. Any word that describes a verb is termed as an adverb. So sings is a verb. The word sweetly describes sings. Any word describing a verb is termed as an adverb. So sweetly becomes an adverb. Sweetly becomes an adverb. How sweetly? Very sweetly. That means the word very describes sweetly. Sweetly is an adverb. Any word that describes an adverb is also termed as an adverb. So very is also an adverb here. That means in this sentence we have two adverbs. One is very and the other one is sweetly. Clear? Got it? He plays pretty well. He plays pretty well. What is the verb here? Plays is the verb here. Right? How does he play? Don't say pretty well. Yeah. How does he play? You cannot say he plays pretty. He plays well. That means the word well describes plays. Plays is a verb. Right? Any word that describes a verb is termed as an adverb. So well becomes an adverb. How well? Pretty well. That means the word pretty describes well. Well is an adverb. Any word that describes an adverb is also termed as an adverb. So pretty also becomes an adverb. So in this sentence also there are two adverbs. One is pretty and the other one is well. Got it? What if I say, when you pass out of the college, you get a very good conduct certificate. When you pass out of the college, you get a very good conduct certificate. Certificate is a noun. So conduct becomes an adjective. Clear? What kind of conduct? Good conduct. So good describes conduct. Adjective. Any word describing an adjective is termed as an adverb. So good in this sentence is an adverb. Clear? Fine. How good? Very good. That means the word very describes good. If I ask you how good, the answer is very good. So word very describes good. Good is an adverb. Any word that describes an adverb is also termed as an adverb. So in this sentence also there are two adverbs. One is good and the other one is very. Clear? So I told you what a noun is. I told you what a pronoun is. I told you what an adjective is. Any word describes a noun or a pronoun. I told you what an adverb is. Clear? Has got three definitions. One is that it denotes a verb. These are the examples. Second definition, an adverb describes an adjective. These are the examples. Third definition is an adverb describes another adverbs. These are the examples. Clear? So learn it with the help of examples. Got it? No doubt? Yes. Now come back to the concept of parallelism itself. As I said, these two concepts in parallelism, single word and part of speech, must be taken together. Clear? And as I said, if one idea is a single word, all the others must also be single words. Similarly, if in the case of single word, we have to look for part of speech. That means parts of speech are for words. Clear? So if you find ideas to be single words, you have to look for the parts of speech of those ideas. That means if one idea is a single word and if it is a noun, all the other ideas must also be single words and they must also be nouns. Similarly, if one idea is a single word and if it is an adjective, all the other ideas must also be single words and they must also be adjectives. Clear? Fine. I'll rub this part. Hope you have taken these down. I read the same sentence which I wrote earlier. She likes singing, comma, playing, and dancing. Three ideas: singing, playing, dancing. I told you these two concepts must be taken together. What is the first idea? Singing, single word. Second idea, playing, single word. Third idea, dancing, single word. So all the three ideas are single words. So we have to look for this concept as well, part of speech. Because as I said, parts of speech are for words. Clear? Fine. So the part of speech of all the ideas in a sentence must remain the same. Come to the first idea. She likes singing. What is the part of speech of singing here? Singing is an ing word. I told you earlier how to identify, while telling you about gerund and infinitive, I told you how to identify whether an ing word is a noun or a verb. Clear? To find out whether an ing word is a noun, you need to just ask the question word what. Clear? Now tell me, in this sentence, singing is a noun or verb? What she likes, answer is singing. Right? If I ask you what she likes, answer is singing. So we are getting the answer to the question what as singing. So singing becomes a noun here. Clear? So here the first idea is a single word and it is a noun. So all the other ideas must also be single words and they must also be nouns. Clear? Fine. Come to the second one. Playing, single word anyways. Noun or verb here? Noun, because what she likes, answer is playing. We are getting the answer question what as playing. So playing also becomes a noun here. And dancing, single word anyways. What she likes, answer is dancing. We are getting the answer question what as dancing. So dancing also becomes a noun here. Clear? So this sentence is grammatically fine. All the three ideas are single words and all are in the same part of speech. Clear? So these two concepts take together. If the ideas are single words, if you come across ideas in a sentence as single words, look for the part of speech of those sentences as well. Got it? I guess I'm clear. Fine? What if I write? You may take down the sentence. She has bought a pen, a book, and umbrella. She has bought a pen, a book, and umbrella. Right? How many ideas are there? She has bought a pen, a book, and umbrella. Three ideas. One idea is a pen. Second idea is a book. Third idea is umbrella. Connected by comma and conjunction. And I told you punctuation marks and conjunctions tell us about the number of ideas. So the three ideas here. One is a pen. Second idea is a book. Third is umbrella. Clear? Fine. Come to the first idea. Pen, single word. Second idea, book, single word. Third idea, umbrella, single word. So here all the three ideas are single words. So we have to think about these two concepts only. Only these two concepts. Clear? So all three ideas are single words. Now we have to look for the part of speech. Pen, which part of speech? Pen is a noun. Book, noun. Umbrella, noun. So part of speech is also fine. Now tell me, is this sentence grammatically correct? Is there parallelism? That means are all the ideas given equal importance in this sentence? No. Even though part of speech is okay, even though single word is okay, all the three ideas are not given equal importance in this sentence. Because first idea is a pen. A is an article. We have an article to refer to the first idea. Second idea is a book. A is an article. We have an article to refer to the second idea. Is there any article to refer to the third idea? No. That means the first and the second ideas are having equal importance. The third idea is not having the same importance as the first and the second. So there is no parallelism in this sentence. We have an article to refer to the first idea. We have an article to refer to the second idea, but there is no article to refer to the third idea. So we require one article here. How should the sentence be? She has bought a pen, a book, and an umbrella. Clear? She has bought a pen, a book, and an umbrella. Now there is parallelism. Got it? Fine. So don't miss any concept, because we don't know from which concept are we going to get a help. So think about each and every concept in detail. Don't miss any concept that we have discussed. Clear? While doing reasoning or sentence correction, whichever question it is, don't miss any concept. Right? So These are the third one and the fourth one. Single word, part of speech. Hope it's clear, right? Fifth concept is clause. C-L-A-U-S-E, clause. I'll tell you what. Now, stop this one. Hope you have taken down this. Clause. Now, a sentence will contain at least one clause. There may be two or three, but there will be at least one clause in each and every sentence. Clear? That is for sure. I'll tell you what a clause is. Anyways, you know what a subject is. The doer of an action is termed as a subject. Clear? And you know what an object is. Subject is the doer of an action or the noun or pronoun given primary importance. Clear? Whereas object is the receiver of an action or the noun or pronoun that is given secondary importance. Clear? Fine. And of course, you know what a verb is, right? We cannot imagine a sentence without a subject and a verb. A subject and a verb must be there in every sentence. Clear? An object is not necessary. An object may be there, may not be there. But a subject and a verb must be there in every sentence. Clear? If I say, he sings a song. He sings a song. Subject is he. Right? Object is a song. He is the subject, a song is the object. Right? Fine. Now, what is the definition of a sentence? What is the definition of a sentence? A group of words cannot be called a sentence. A group of words that makes a complete sense or a complete meaning is termed as a sentence. Clear? I told you, a subject and a verb must be there in every sentence. An object is not necessary. An object may be there, may not be there. Clear? Fine. So, he sings a song. He is a subject. Song is the object. Clear? Fine. What if I write, he sings? He sings. Can this be called a sentence? Can this be called a sentence? Yes, of course. It makes a complete sense. Clear? Fine. He sings. Subject. Subject is he. Object. I told you subject and object will only be nouns or pronouns. Is there any other noun or pronoun in this sentence? No. That means there is no object. I told you an object is not necessary. May be there, may not be there. Clear? Fine. He is a subject. Verb. Sings is a verb. Fine? Right. Now, what do you mean by a predicate? What is a predicate? Predicate. Now, in a sentence, what is talked about the subject is termed as a predicate. What is said about the subject in a sentence is termed as a predicate. Clear? So in a sentence, what is said about the subject is termed as a predicate. Same sentence. He sings a song. What subject here? He is the subject. What is said about the subject in this sentence? What is said about the subject in this sentence is sings a song. Sings a song is what is said about the subject here. I told you, what is said about the subject is called the predicate. So in this sentence, sings a song is called the predicate. Because this is what is said about the subject here. Clear? Now what is the object here? Song is the object. I told you object is not necessary, may be there, may not be there. If there is an object in a sentence, the object also comes in the predicate. If there is an object in a sentence, the object also comes in the predicate. So what is said about the subject is called the predicate. Same sentence. Next one, he sings. Subject is he. What is said about he here? Sings. So sings is the predicate in this sentence. Because this is what is said about the subject. Clear? So what is said about the subject in a sentence is called the predicate. Fine. And if there is an object in a sentence, the object also comes in the predicate. Correct? Fine. Now, clause. What do you mean by a clause? I told you, a sentence will contain at least one clause. There may be 2 or 3, but at least one clause will be there in every sentence, right? Now, a clause is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. A part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate is termed as a clause. That means clause is subject plus predicate. Clause is subject plus predicate. Clear? Fine. Now come to the same thing. He sings a song. This is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So I can say this can be termed as a clause. He sings a song is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So this whole thing can be termed as a clause. So he sings a song can be termed as a clause as well as a sentence. Can be termed as a clause as well as a sentence. Now the only difference between a sentence and a clause is that a sentence always makes a complete sense. Sorry. Whereas a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. That is the only difference. A sentence always makes a complete sense, whereas a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. I'll give you more examples anyways. Clear? Fine. So a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate is termed as a clause. Means clause is subject plus predicate. So he sings a song. He is a subject. Sings a song is a predicate. So this is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So this can be termed as a clause as well as a sentence. Clear? Similarly, he sings. Subject is he. Predicate is sings. So this is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So this can also be termed as a clause as well as a sentence. Clear? So a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate is termed as a clause. Hope you got it. Clear? Then I told you a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. Clear? Fine. I'll write down the sentence that I wrote earlier, in fact. Right? Fine. The sentence I wrote in the case of tenses. When we reached the station, comma, the train had already left. When we reached the station, comma, the train had already left. I said punctuation marks and conjunctions tell us about the number of ideas in a sentence. I say this sentence contains 2 ideas shown by the punctuation mark, comma. This is one idea and this is another idea. A full stop is also a punctuation mark. Clear? I say this sentence contains 2 clauses. One clause, the other clause. Now a clause should contain a subject and a predicate. Clear? Fine. Come to the first one. When we reached the station. Subject. Subject is we. Doer. Object. Object is station. Clear? So we is a subject. Station is the object. Predicate. I told you what is said about the subject is called the predicate. So what is the predicate here? Reach the station is termed as the predicate. Fine? So I can say this can be termed as a clause because this is a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So this can be termed as a clause. Fine? Come to the second one. The train had already left. Subject. The train. Object. There's no object there. Is there any other noun or pronoun there? No, there's no other noun or pronoun there. I told you subject and object will only be nouns or pronouns. Object is not necessary. Object is not there. The train is the subject. Predicate. Had already left is the predicate. So this is also a part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate. So I can say this can also be termed as a clause. So this sentence contains 2 clauses. Clear? Now I say the train had already left is termed as the main clause or the independent clause. The train had already left is termed as the main clause or the independent clause. I'll tell you why. Whereas when we reach the station is termed as the subordinate clause or the dependent clause. The train had already left is termed as the main clause or the independent clause, whereas when we reach the station is termed as the subordinate clause or the dependent clause. As I said, a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. And the only difference between a sentence and a clause is that a sentence always makes a complete sense, whereas a clause may make a complete sense or an incomplete sense. Clear? Fine. Come to the second part. The train had already left. If I say the train had already left, is the meaning complete or incomplete? It makes a complete sense or not? The train had already left. Yes. The meaning is complete. It makes a complete sense. The train had already left, right? Any clause that makes a complete meaning or a complete sense is termed as the main clause or the independent clause. Any clause making a complete meaning or a complete sense is termed as the main clause or the independent clause. Clear? Fine. Come to the first one. When we reach the station. If I say when we reach the station, is the meaning complete or incomplete? It makes a complete sense or not? The meaning is incomplete. It makes an incomplete sense. That means this clause depends upon this clause to gain a meaning. So any clause that makes an incomplete meaning or incomplete sense is termed as the subordinate clause or the dependent clause. Clear? So a clause making a complete meaning or a complete sense is the main clause or the independent clause, whereas a clause making an incomplete meaning or incomplete sense is a subordinate clause or the dependent clause. Hope it's clear, right? So I told you what a subject is. I told you what an object is. I told you what a predicate is. What is said about the subject is called the predicate. Then clause. A part of a sentence containing a subject and a predicate is termed as a clause. Clear? And a clause can be a main clause as well as a subordinate clause. Fine? No doubt? Hope it's clear to you. Right? Now the fifth concept in parallelism is clause. Now may I take down this much. So fifth concept is clause. Clause means, as I said, subject plus predicate. Subject plus predicate is termed as clause, right? So rub this part. I'll rub this much. Fine. Now fifth concept, clause. Clause means if one idea is a clause, all the other ideas must also be clauses. If one idea is a clause, all the other ideas must also be clauses. That means if one idea contains a subject and a predicate, all the other ideas must also contain subjects and predicates, right? And it happens in the case of long sentences. A sentence always ends with a full stop, only with a full stop. And this concept of clause applies in the case of long sentences. Clear? If one idea is a clause, all the others must also be clauses. That means if one idea contains a subject and a predicate, all the other ideas must also contain subjects and predicates. Clear? Right. Now, it can never be like this. One idea is a single word and all the other ideas are clauses. No. Or one idea is a clause and all the other ideas are single words. No, it can never happen. If one idea is a single word, all the other ideas must also be single words. If one idea is a clause, all the other ideas must also be clauses. Clear? I'll give you an example. And I repeat, punctuation marks and conjunctions tell us about the number of clauses in a sentence. Got it? Fine. I'll give you an example based on this. Leave it there. Sixth concept is tense consistency. Tense consistency. I told you what it is. If a sentence begins in the present tense, till then it must be in the present. Past, same thing. Future, same thing. Similarly, tense consistency means if one idea is in the present tense, all the other ideas must also be in the present tense. If one idea is in the past tense, all the other ideas must also be in the past tense. If one idea is in the future tense, same thing, all the others must also be in the future tense. That means the tense of all the ideas in a sentence must be the same. It can never be like this, like one idea in the present, first idea in the present, second idea in the past, third idea in the future. It can never happen. If the first idea is in the present tense, all the other ideas must also be in the present. Past, same thing. Future, also same thing. Right? That is the sixth concept, tense consistency. I'll give an example anyways, leave it there. The last concept in parallelism is voice. V-O-I-C. Voice. Voice means what? Voice means active voice or passive voice. Active voice, passive voice. Active voice and passive voice. Clear? Fine. Regarding these three, I'll give an example. Let's go for a break now. Right?